Because a lot of people are saying, oh, 1031 exchange, that means I won't buy U.S. real estate. And I'm thinking the opposite. I'm like, no, I'm going to buy U.S. real estate the same way. I don't care if there's a 1031 exchange or not.
If people are saying they're not going to buy U.S. real estate now because the 1031 exchange is going away.
They would have never done it.
They, number one, they would have never done it. And number two, they just don't understand the long-term play.
Let's talk about the 1031 exchange in the U.S. That's Biden's now.
Trying to get rid of.
He's trying to get rid of the 1031 exchange. So quick breakdown of the 1031 exchange is if you
own a property and you sell it, you have like something along the lines of 130 days to move that the proceeds from that purchase or from that sale into a new purchase without being taxed.
Without being taxed, right?
Yeah.
So
is that?
This is my alarm. So if you dispose of a property in Canada, obviously immediate capital gains, an investment property, immediate capital gains tax,
immediate
50% of the profit.
Yeah, it depends if you hold it corporately or if you hold it personally. Yeah.
So for the most small investors, immediate tax. In the U.S., what's the main thing as we've been looking more and more in the U.S.? Almost all the properties that we inquire about seem to be, the seller's selling it because they're 1031 exchanging it.
A lot of them, yeah. A solid 20-30% of the properties that I come across.
And that's the beautiful thing. The 1031 exchange creates liquidity in the market. Yeah. It keeps those properties trading and liquid, which keeps prices down. It's deflationary.
It does, yeah.
In Canada, guess what? I don't think I'm ever going to sell any of my properties. Why would I?
Yeah.
I'll just refinance it, tax-free, take my money out, and then keep the property and go buy another one.
Yeah.
Why would I dispose of the property and pay a 50%?
Literally everything the Canadian government does creates this narrative of a bubble. Yeah. Like literally, literally everything they do essentially creates it. You even have a scenario where so say for example, they do actually pass that 1031 exchange thing. What's going to happen then to the housing market?
I think it'll be a lot less liquid, a lot less supply, and a lot more demand for the same product.
And what's going to happen to the values?
Prices are going to go up.
Yep.
And cap rates are going to go down.
Yep.
And people that would have sold won't sell, and they'll just hold on to it and refinance
and we'll have the exact same scenario. It's going to restrict supply.
When prices rise, rents have to rise in correlation. Hurts the little man more than anybody. Yep. Their plan to target the wealthy people hurts not the wealthy people, but the people. Yeah,
if anything, it benefits the wealthy people because they're holding their property now. Their property is skyrocketing in value, and the people that can't afford to own property now have to pay more in rent. So more of their income is going to rent.
So true.
So now it reduces their quality of life. Like it's just a fucking shit show. It really is. Like it's an absolute.
Sells so well.
I agree.
Sells so well.
It sells so well because you're being promised a bunch of bullshit.
The reason prices in Florida are so cheap relatively, and the reason prices in the U.S. have risen 50% in the past decade and Canada's up 150% is because of liquidity. Mm-hmm. It's because the market is liquid and there's enough supply, and they build enough supply to get ahead of the curve or at least stay with the curve. That's why. That's why prices are low. When you introduce blocks, barriers, red tape, bureaucracy, taxation, illiquidity, that's what happens is prices go higher and people get priced out, especially the lower end people. Rich will be fine. They'll be probably more than fine.
Yeah.
So I just want people to understand this because a lot of people are saying, 1031 exchange, that means I won't buy U.S. real estate. And I'm thinking the opposite. I'm like, no, I'm going to buy U.S. real estate the same way. I don't care if there's a 1031 exchange or not.
For sure.
It's nice. I think that we could take advantage of it, but we could also take advantage if there is no 1031 exchange. And that's the thing. Wealthy entrepreneurial people or just business-minded people, we can pivot. Whatever the government throws at us, we'll just pivot. I'll just start a new corporation and do this. I'll do this. I'll take advantage of this trend. It's generally the middle-class people or people that don't care to get financially free or invest or they just live in their lives. They're the ones that don't pivot. They just kind of take whatever.
Yeah. The only people that would actually even say that if people are saying they're not going to buy U.S. real estate now because the 1031 exchange is going away.
They would have never done it.
They number one, they would have never done it. And number two, they just don't understand the long-term play and how advantageous it is if they actually go and do that. They're f***ing themselves.
Trader.